Hi, I'm going to try and demonstrate how to make the bangs do bangy things. See, I've got some of this not quite right, so I'm not quite 100% happy with the bangs on this. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do it. You're going to probably need a few heat tools. I like a boar brush, a curling boar brush, something that ideally will grab the hairs and heat up. This is Smooth Wavez by Rene of Paris in dark chocolate. So it's heat friendly, so it can take some heat. So you're going to want that. Anything less than about 340 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to want a series of brushes, combs, things like that. These help tremendously in the bang process. You're also going to want some of these hair pinning back things. So, all right, that's heating up. Oh, and if you have a hot air brush, they can also be helpful for some like little imperfections that you find, like if you're okay with like some of this, but like you don't want to do a whole bunch of altering. So concentrated heat like this is kind of more of a gonna change the style. This is more of a maintenance or keep up with the style type, if you will, if that makes sense. For anyone out there curious about why the two, because I could add the hot air brush and kind of just heat this and press it under, like, if I could just show you, like under and like this, and it does lift and kind of heats it up and puts it back in that kind of area. Whereas doing this, excuse me, got dinner in my mouth, so apparently leftovers for later. So this will alter the curl or whatever. So if you're actually wanting to style the curl instead of just keeping up with it. All right, I'll explain it more as we go. Anyway, so first thing, you're going to want to pin everything back. Preferably do this on a canvas stand so you don't burn yourself, especially if you're new. Just because I'm just doing this on so you can get a better visual of what's going on, because I know when it's on those busts it's not really accurate. So so I'm basically getting all the bangs out, so because that's what we're going to work with. And these are very long bangs. You can cut them if you want to. I'm not going to, because I like them for this style as the face framing or French braid type. So I want to make sure it's getting this long section that I didn't intend to get. I didn't apparently pull this back enough. So you grab it and you can twist the fibers together, and that really helps hold all that together. I think that side's okay. So I think I have everything. Usually, oh, that didn't stay. Usually, it helps to get your bangs. There's another piece that I missed. Do two sections. Do a top section and then a bottom section, which I'll explain in a second. So you're going to take your wig here, your bangs. You're going to separate the top section and the bottom section. It wasn't very good, but I'll come back and get some more, so that I have two bits to work with, because otherwise the bangs may be just too thick and you're not going to get the desired outcome. It's just too much hair. It's just too much. That goes for any of the parts of the wig that you're trying to style. Separate it, section it off, because it's easier. All right, so we have this sectioned out. I'm trying to do camera in here. I'm not doing it great or wonderfully. I'm just doing it fast to show you kind of what to do, because I will probably perfect it later, because that's what I like to do. And you may have to do that as well. You may have to perfect it on the bust. So what I like to do is take this and run it under to heat it up a few times to get it nice and warm. And then as you're curling and pulling out at the same time, pull it out and then let it fall. And then as you are letting it, because it's got a little bit of time to cool, as you're letting it cool, use your combs, and then you can do things to it to manipulate it kind of where you want it to go a little bit more. That wasn't a very good, because I was talking during that, but you get the idea. Sometimes you gotta play with it. Let me actually bring some more down to separate it a bit more. See if I can get you a better idea of that. Okay. So heat it up a little bit and curl it, and then kind of curl it under sometimes. You see how that worked? And then lift it from the bottom. Sometimes you can just use your hands. Sometimes the combs are necessary, because the combs, what they can do is you can hold down and then you can kind of lift at the roots if you need to lift it where you want it to go, because sometimes you want it lifted at the roots. Sometimes you want that curl under. I think the curl under part is good, but I think I need to lift it at the roots a bit more. So I'm going to go back in again, but this time, and while it's cooling, you can fan it a little to help it. What I'm going to do is pop it up again, but I'm going to only concentrate on the roots to lift them up a bit. Okay. See how I didn't really do all of it? I just did the roots, and then I'm pressing them up a bit. This kind of comb is really good to get into the roots, to dig them up, to get them lifted up from the where you want them, if they are stuck to the cap. And then, okay, that seems all right for that. I'm going to separate it a bit so that I can see what I'm doing. That would be nice, right? Before I do that second layer. Because there's a reason for that. That's where the hot airbrush comes in now. Okay, so now that we have this kind of somewhat where I want it. It's a process, guys. It's a process. Okay. Kind of take this and you're going to mold it more where you want the bottom layer to go. See? And then the hot airbrush, you're going to do that. It's going to be loud, and you're going to hit it on there for a little bit and just let it sit. All right. Obviously it didn't sit there very well. Blast it with that cool, and then you can do that some more. Just kind of hold it in place because the fibers are still warm. Just hold it in place, and that was very hot on my head, so bear with me. Okay, and again, fan it. That helps the cooling process tremendously. Now it's, stuck a bit better where I want it. See? Heat matters. Because, see that versus that? I'm not crazy. I'm just a teacher of wigs. All right. again, I'll show you. I'm gonna do it all. So run it through a couple of times to heat those fibers up, and then it's gonna go crazy at first. Kind of, if you can, kind of get it while it's warm where you want it. So this is the part that I forgot earlier. Kind of get it where you want it, because I usually do this on the bust, so it's a little different when you're doing it on your face. Get it kind of where you want it, and then we can blast it with that hot air brush again if I needed to. Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, so that just does low, medium, and high. So that low is what I'm using to do the cool, if you will. And then this is just the extra cool. So, making sure it's like gonna, if I move my face, it's gonna stay for the most part. And I'm pushing it up because that's kind of naturally how bangs do. They do a swoop. They don't just go flat. If you watch my video of this wig unboxing, you'll see how it came kind of like flat. I'll probably be able to link it with this video somehow. All right, so you see how that side is looking a bit more natural now. Right, so we're gonna take the top section now, woohoo, onto the top section. Very much the same. Except it's gonna be one section. Well, you could do two sections, but I like to do just the one because I like to let it naturally fall after this. So we're gonna heat it up, and then we're gonna just let it fall naturally, and I'm gonna shake my head back and forth so the fibers will kind of go more or less where they want to go on top. And I'll show you what I'm gonna do as well with the these. So I kind of help with the combs a little, just so it will have a bit of somewhere to go, if that makes sense. Like an idea of where it wants to go. Not forcing it to go, but it's like, oh, okay. And then if you need to, like this bit's kind of curling in, I would take that. Well, you can actually, now that it's all together, you can kind of give everything a bit of a hot air brush. Trusty side table with all my gizmos and gadgets for the heating up of these wigs. That should be covered with this when it comes down. That's looking pretty good. We'll see how she sits. Well, let me finish cooling her actually, just so it's. But this is how you do it. You gotta be patient. Patience, 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 people. Patience. All right. And I'm hot now. From all that. All right, so that's from somewhere. Okay. And then what you do is you're gonna wanna integrate it a little bit into that so it looks a bit more natural. So you're gonna do all that. Good stuff. Preferably wait till it cools completely, just so you know it's gonna stay. I'm just doing it just to wrap it up. But there we go. That's the wig, all looking better. Again, I will try and link the video of the unboxing of this one so you can see how she looked out of the box versus now.